Hi, I'm Tom Lydon, editor of ETF Trends, here in Hollywood, Florida at the Inside ETF conference. I'm here with Dave Nadig, CEO of ETF.com. Great seeing you, Dave.
Great seeing you, Tom, always.
Another great conference.
Unbelievable.
So this is kind of a wrap-up you and I are doing.
Okay, great.
What were some of the key things that you walk away with this conference? I mean, there was a lot of energy, but also a lot of news, exciting things going on.
Yeah, I mean, the active-passive debate just seems to never gets old, right? I mean, everybody's talking about smart beta, they're talking about new entrants in the active space. You know, we've got folks like Davis here, you know, launching brand new funds, traditional stock picking active. Yeah. You know, showing up in spades. I think that's a big topic of conversation. I think we're going to see a lot more of it this year. We got a new SEC coming in. We got a lot of non-transparent active stuff backed up inside the SEC. Something's going to break. Right.
So active really has been out of favor for a while. Passive, just trillions coming in, yeah. Right? But what if we get corrections in markets? What if we see Fed rate hikes kind of do damage to the bond market? There are a lot of advisors that are here kind of thinking, we need to have some hedging in place.
Right, yeah, and certainly like in the fixed income space, that's where active has worked in the ETFs, yeah. Right? So PIMCO, Fidelity, Jeff Gunlock with DoubleLine, the TOTL, right? Those are the funds that have actually gotten some assets. I think we're going to crack it open. I think we're going to see a lot more equity too.
Yeah, what about thematic ETFs? A lot of advisors are looking at all these different choices, all these different flavors and sizes, and there are a lot of issuers that are trying to find their way into the right. ETF marketplace and have to get creative. Are they going to stick?
Well, I think some of them will stick. I mean, the problem is everybody looks at Hack, right? Hack had its $1 billion year because they were in the right place
cybersecurity.
For cybersecurity, right? Not every fund's going to have that kind of luck. So some of these may stick, some of them may not. I think they're really useful tools for investors, really for speculators who want to maybe play a crazy Trump tweet and, you know, all of a sudden he's all hot on restaurants or something. I think there's value in having these in the market. My only concern is a lot of these are coming from really small new issuers. Mm-hmm. It's a hard game to play when you've only got one or two horses in that race. So I like to see the larger issuers who may be able to let those funds have a little more leash before they need to get the assets.
Absolutely. Well, talk about flows for a minute. We saw almost 300 billion in new flows come in, and then active mutual funds continue to bleed. Is this going to continue?
Yeah, I think the traditional active mutual fund, it's not that active is the problem here, it's that bad active is the problem. And there's an awful lot, thousands and thousands of traditional active mutual funds with a lot of money stuck in them. And as that money rolls out because 401ks get drawn down, or we have a market event and people realize, why am I in this thing? ETFs are sort of the natural target for that money to come back in.
What do you think are going to be the most exciting things going on in 2017 in the ETF space?
Well, you know, over the last couple of years, we've been talking about smart beta, looking at factor exposures. I think in a couple of years, we're going to look back and say, oh, this is when ESG-based product, you know, funds that not only, you know, earn something with your money, they do something with your money. I think those are going to be the funds we talk about in a couple of years, as this was the year that kicked that off. We've got a lot of new entrants, Oppenheimer, Nuveen, and a lot of the older players like iShares, State Street, launching significant products. SHE, the Women in Governance ETF from State Street, pulling in a lot of assets, getting a lot of attention here at the conference.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Dave, as always, it's great seeing you. I love getting time with you. Thanks again, Tom. And continued success.
Thanks.